All right, so now we're going to be logging back into the AWS Management Console. You can either Google AWS Management Console or go to aws.amazon.com/console. We're going to go ahead and log back on if you see this screen. And if you see the screen, we can go ahead and just start getting logged in. We see there's a few different options. We have root user. This is the user that we created whenever we created our AWS account. And then we have IAM users. That's what we're going to be creating today with our today's lesson. So let's go ahead and start by logging in with our root user. This is just going to be the email that you use whenever you created your account. And we're going to go through the password here. It will probably ask us for a CAPTCHA. If it does ask you for a CAPTCHA, that's fine. If not, then we're ready to go. Okay, so far we've just been accessing the AWS Management Console with our root account. We know that we want to use that root account as little as possible. So we're going to now create an IAM user we're going to be using throughout the course in order to access different things in AWS. So let's start by going into IAM. We can go ahead and just go up here to the search bar and type in IAM. Go into here. So we can see here first that this is a global service. This means that when we create IAM users and groups and things like that, it's not going to be just locked down to a single region. This is going to be something that we can use in our IAM environment for all regions, across regions, globally. So we can see here on the left-hand side that we have different things that we can manage, things like groups, users, roles, policies, and so on. So let's go ahead and start by creating our user. So we're going to go to users, and we're going to go to add user. Now let's go ahead and just add something easy. So I'm just going to call mine admin user. We do want to make sure that we check the box that says provide user access to the AWS Management Console. That's what we're going to be using in this class. Now we do want to go against the recommended option here. So we do want to select create an IAM user. The Identity Center, it's a little bit more complex to set up, and more importantly, it's outside of the scope of the CCP exam. So we aren't going to be using that. So create an IAM user. Now, we would normally want, if we were creating it for somebody else, to create an auto-generated password and force them to create a new password upon restart whenever they signed in for that first time. So instead of doing that, since it's just going to be for us, we're just going to set a custom password, and then we're going to uncheck this box. So we're not going to want to be prompted to select a new password on restart. So we're going to go ahead and just put our password in here, whatever we would like. And then we go from here, go to next. So we want to control our permissions at the group level. You can see that we have a few different options that we have here, like attaching policies directly or doing that. We're going to add users to a group, and we know that we don't have any groups yet, so we need to actually create a group. And so we'll go ahead and do that. We go to create a group, and then we're going to call this group, we're just going to call this admin group. And then for the policies, let's look and see what we want to put in there. We're going to go to admin. And then we go through this. We want to add administrator access. So this basically provides full administrative access for this group. So we check this. We said create user group. And then now we want to add this user to the admin group. And then we hit next. And then now we're going to go ahead and hit create user. And then great. So now we have this user that we can use to log into the IAM console. So let's go ahead and go to this. It says that we haven't viewed or downloaded this password, so make sure that you know it or else you won't be able to retrieve it. So we have this user, and we can see different things like the different permissions. So you can see that it is inheriting these administrator access permission, and it is getting this via the group, admin group. Perfect. This is exactly what we want. We can also see which groups it's a part of. That's great. All right, so one more thing we're going to do that we're going to be using a little bit later on, we're going to create another group. So now we're going to go up here in the upper left-hand corner, where it says user groups. And now you can see we have our one admin group. We're going to create a new group. So once we hit the create group, we're going to go ahead and just enter a group name in. And for this, we're going to go ahead and just call this IAM read. Leave that like that. We do have the option if we wanted to add different users to the group. We don't need to. We don't really want to add our admin user to this group. And then down here, we can go ahead and just select whatever policies we'd want to. Again, the administrator access, that's what we added to this other group. We're not going to add anything into this group for now. We're just going to leave it blank without any permissions. So we scroll down here, we go to create group. And then great, now we see that we have this group here and we can see that there's no users in here and we also do not have any permissions defined for this group. Great. So we're going to do a few more things while we're logged in as the root account that will make it a little bit simpler for us down the road. So we're going to go ahead and start by going to here and going to account. Okay, now that we're on the account page, we're going to scroll down all the way towards the bottom here, and where it says IAM user and role access to billing information. If it says deactivated right now, we need to make that activated. So we just go to edit, we hit activate IAM access, and then hit update. And this just makes it so we can access billing information from one of our IAM admin accounts rather than having to log into the root account in order to access the billing information. So it will make it a little bit easier for us later in the class. So then we're going to go, we have one last thing to do. We're going to go into the IAM console. So go ahead and go into IAM. And we're going to go ahead and take a look over here and see where it says to create an alias. Okay, so when we assign an alias, it will make it so that way that when we log in, we can log in using a simpler URL. So that's really what we're doing here. So keep in mind that an alias has to be globally unique. That is, that it's something that nobody else has already. So I'm going to go ahead and select Cogluma CCP for my alias here. And then you can see that the new sign-in URL will be coglumaccp.signin.aws.amazon.com. So an important thing to understand is that you can only have lowercase here, so no capital letters or anything like that. We can only have A through Z, 0 through 9, and then the hyphen. So there we go. Perfect. So now I'll be able to log in with that simplified URL. Okay, so now let's go ahead and sign out here. And now we're going to log back in using our IAM user. So this time we're going to go with IAM user. So now we can either use the 12-digit account or our alias that we just created. And now we need to use our user that we created. So when we click on the remember this account, the only thing it's going to be remembering here is this account ID or the alias, whatever you have right there. So we can click on that. It's not going to remember your admin user or your password unless you go ahead and do that through your browser. Keep in mind that this is a live account. So whenever, if we actually save this to our browser and then somebody else logs in, they can go ahead and spin up resources and do all these things that are going to result in charges. So make sure to protect this account because you can end up getting charged if somebody unauthorized accesses your computer and then starts going in and assigning resources and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. So we're going to go ahead and sign in here. For the reasons I just mentioned, I'm going to go ahead and select never on the remember on the browser for that username and password. All right, so right here we can already see that something's a little different. Now you can see up here in the upper right hand corner, we're logged in as admin user at Cogluma CCP, where Cogluma CCP is the actual AWS account that's tied to that root account. And the admin user is the IAM user within that Cogluma CCP account. This wraps up the IAM users and groups demonstration. Now let's move on to the IAM roles demonstration.